Hello and welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at another movie film review. And today we're taking a look at the last movie I have watched with my girlfriend before we went our separate ways. So this is quite a strange movie for it to be our last movie, not gonna lie, but it is an interesting one. And yeah, this is our last movie we watched together, and let's get into it. It is called Prisoners, and it does have a pretty big cast of celebrities and many people from superhero movies. I will be honest. We have Amanda Waller from Suicide Squad making an appearance. We have Mysterio from Spider-Man Far From Home. We have Wolverine, or Hugh Jackman, Jake Gyllenhaal. We even have Riddler from The Batman, the newest one that came out recently with Cedric Diggory. However, he's not in this movie. We have so many other characters here, like Aunt May from the original Spider-Man trilogy with Tobey Maguire. We have so many superheroes and villains making an appearance here, and it is such an interesting cast to put together. But when the police take time to find Keller Dover's daughter and her friend, he decides to go on a search himself. His desperation leads him closer to finding the truth and also jeopardizes his own life. So, that is what Google says this movie is about, and it's not wrong, but it is very vague. So I'm going to quickly run through it, not giving away the entire plot line, because I do want you to go watch this for yourself. So how this movie starts off is on a Thanksgiving morning. We see a family getting ready to go out to another friend's house, and there is an older brother and a younger daughter, and a dad and a mum. They all go on a trip to their mate's house, which has a family dynamic of father, mother, daughter, and younger daughter. The two younger daughters are sent to go play outside with the older two, and they try climbing on an RV. The older two get them down, they go back for Thanksgiving dinner, and the older two go down into the basement to watch a couple of movies. They then wonder where the younger two have gone, because they were supposed to go with the older two to the other house to get something. The older two never went with them because they were never told, and we then go on a mission trying to find the younger two. We then have the RV disappearing, the police being called, and Jake Gyllenhaal being the detective, seeing the van outside this Chinese restaurant gas station type place, and we find the Riddler on the inside. I don't know his actor name, I don't know his character name, so I am going to call him the Riddler, because as you see on screen here, he is the actor that also plays the Riddler. We then continue this movie with him being in questioning and Wolverine not being very happy about it and going on an angry spree with his wife, staying in bed, being on medication, constantly crying because her daughter's missing, and getting angry at the husband, saying, "Why can't you bring her back? Why isn't she coming back? Why can't you go and save her? Why won't she listen to you?" So I feel like that's quite unfortunate and quite wrong on her half to blame the father and say it's your fault and why can't you bring her home. I feel like that's very rude and very upsetting for the father, so that sends him on an anger streak to go tell the police to keep this guy in custody. They don't, they let him go, and he whispers to Wolverine saying, "They were happy till they left me. They were laughing till they left me." So he gets very angry and goes and kidnaps him in the middle of the night and locks him up in his granddad's apartment building, abandoned apartment building. So he has him locked up, and he brings his best friend round to beat the shit out of him. They're punching him, they're breaking his fingers, they're bruising him, they're doing all this torture to him, and he's not cracking, he's not spilling, he isn't saying a word. The police are now trying to find this man, and they obviously think Wolverine is the main suspect. However, they can't prove anything, and Wolverine is currently very good at hiding it. Jake Gyllenhaal tries to chase down Wolverine, but gets called out by a truck and gets caught by Wolverine. Wolverine gets angry for blaming him, gets angry for trying to accuse him of kidnapping this person, and Wolverine gets angry at Jake Gyllenhaal for not finding his daughter. So Jake Gyllenhaal then continues his search, chasing down Polka Dot Man, who's also in this film, who was seen playing with a teddy bear at the funeral site, or the sort of monument, the sort of statues of the girls to try and commemorate them and send peace and love to the family. And he was running from the police, and he actually broke into both of their houses to steal children's clothes. He finds his house, and in it is a fuck ton of mazes and boxes of children's clothes with snakes inside. He then takes it to the parents and is like, hey, are these your daughter's clothes with blood on them? Yes, they were. Oh shit, they go home crying. After further analysis, he wasn't anything to do with it. He didn't have anything to do with it. He read a book, and he was just obsessed with the book, which was about a dude kidnapping him. This guy, Polka Dot Man, had a traumatic past, and when in police custody, he shot himself and committed suicide, which was really awful because it wasn't him. He had nothing to do with it. He still stole children's clothes, but he was just misunderstood, and he genuinely did nothing wrong other than stealing. He was genuinely just obsessed with this book and maybe needed some psychiatric help. Sorry if I said that word wrong. But he had nothing to do with it, which was really upsetting. The symbol on the front of the book matched the symbol of the dead body in the priest's basement. The priest had a dude come to make a confession to him, and this guy was like, hey, I've killed kids, I've enjoyed it, I'm going to keep doing it, please forgive my sins. The Pope invites him back to his house, ties him in a chair, throws him in the basement, kills him. The Pope is then put in questioning. He tells the police that this guy wasn't going to stop killing children, so he took matters into his own hands. The police were like, hey, you can't do that, what the fuck? But he was wearing a necklace, which matched the necklace of the other guy's dad. The Riddler is dad. The Riddler was adopted by these two people, which he calls his aunt and uncle. He then realizes, and obviously, when this little girl was found, her friend, not Wolverine's daughter, Wolverine's daughter's friend, is found. They then say, hey, Wolverine, you were there, why didn't you save us? So Wolverine sprints back to this aunt's house, and the aunt basically traps him in a hole, saying, hey, me and my husband have been stealing kids forever, killing kids, you're not going to ruin it now. And that was a massive plot twist, which I genuinely didn't expect. I was so shocked at that. And Wolverine is then left in that hole. They find the daughter, and Jake Gyllenhaal hears the whistle of Wolverine, and that's where the movie ends. Honestly, the shittest ending in the world, with literally just ending with a whistle. And I'm going to be honest, this movie had so many twists and turns, so much mystery, so much sort of red herrings. It was like a detective movie, and I really enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy the themes that it was about, but I enjoyed the detective story and the mystery behind it. I always love like a murder mystery and films along that sort, like cop movies. I think they're really good. However, this one was way extreme. It was put to the extreme with the public taking like the police job into their own hands, with Wolverine and his friend obviously kidnapping the kidnapper and torturing him, beating him, scolding him with water, not feeding him, not giving him enough to drink, sort of pushing him to the edge until he broke to try and reveal where his children were. However, he was as solid as a rock and didn't say a word to them, and all he did was say help and stop. I did feel bad for him because it did seem like he had learning difficulties when he was trapped in a box and had an accident with snakes. Again, these people seem to have this weird obsession with this fantasy novel book of this kidnapper, this fictional book, and they seem to be putting it into action and putting it into process, and it's so strange and so weird, but people do get obsessed with these types of things. People do get obsessed with video games. People do get obsessed with books. Not everyone, I'm going to say that right now, not everyone will play Call of Duty and then think they can go around shooting people. Not everyone will play GTA and steal a car and think they can steal a car in real life. However, for some people, that is the case. But it has some underlying mental health issues that go with it. It is not just the game's fault. It is something in their brain which obviously needs help from a doctor to help them see what is fiction and what is real. And these people didn't have the help from that doctor, which is unfortunate, and 2 of them actually died, and 1 of them had to suffer because of it. I don't feel like the aunt had any underlying mental health issues. I just felt like she was an utter bitch, and I hated her. And she was really good at playing the nice girl. She was really good at being nice and kind and sweet and sort of hiding her darker side, which was really well done and well hidden for the majority of the film. And I liked that. I liked the mystery and the sort of duality of her character and how much of a shock factor that she had to it. The acting from all these guys was incredible. Jake Gyllenhaal was doing so much for this cop character to like give him anxiety tics because of all the stress that's happening, how close he keeps getting but how still far away he is from solving it. With each clue he gets another step closer but like 2 steps back. He was constantly fighting against everyone to try and get this case done. He didn't have a squad, he didn't have no one helping him, he was doing all this on his own. And then he was also fighting against Hugh Jackman, who was also trying to solve it, but he was going the wrong way about it. I'm honestly going to give this movie an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed watching it. I would watch it again. However, if I did watch it again, I don't think it would have the same sort of effect that it had the first time round, after knowing all the mysteries, after knowing all the twists and turns. But it is a really good movie, and I do recommend you go watch it. It is definitely an 8 out of 10, and that's pretty much it from me. So I hope you all enjoyed this YouTube video. I'll see you all in the next one. Hope you all have an excellent day. This sort of movie review was a little bit dark, but it was a dark movie, and it does cover very sensitive topics. So that is your trigger warning for watching this movie, and I do believe you should still go and watch it. Again, if anything obviously affected you from this movie, please do go and seek the helplines that are out there. And other than that, that's pretty much it. So I'll see you all in the next video. And yes, stay home and stay safe to everyone out there. All right, bye-bye.